Hi everyone, this is Ms. Herman, and we didn't have a chance this week to do a lot of stuff with our leaf model, so I thought I'd make this little video to kind of do a show and tell about how this could look. My way is not the only way to build this. Anything that has the right answers is going to be good. First of all, your leaf model should have 3 layers. You should have this layer that has the top of the leaf with the veins and a cross section of what it looks like if you're looking through the end of the leaf. The next section should have plant cells. So here's a bunch of cells all together. Here is a schematic of a plant cell. Then we zoom in a little bit further. So inside the cell we have a chloroplast. So here we have 2 different drawings of a chloroplast and a plant cell, just to give you some information about where it comes from. And then on the back we have the bottom of the cell. The bottom of the leaf, which has the specialized cells, the stoma, one stoma, multiple stomata. All right, now you can see that I have a bunch of arrows on here. Oh, as an aside, you don't have to do colors. I did colors just because that makes it more fun for me. Each of these labels can go in multiple places. Like as a simple one like stoma, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ones. You can put that arrow on any one. Same with guard cell. The guard cell's on either side of the stoma, so you can put them on any one of these. All of that is fine. One thing you do need to put, though, on this side for sure is that the oxygen gas is released through the stoma and that carbon dioxide gas is absorbed through the stoma. The stoma are always on the bottom of the leaf, so these 2 arrows have to be on this side. Also, just something that I thought about doing is I put this arrow going into the stoma because carbon dioxide gas is going into it, and I put this arrow coming out of the stoma because oxygen gas is coming out. I put my thing here for the leaf stem. It could go there. It could go on the other side too. What happened though, I'm going to flip this over to the front, is I put my arrow here about water entering the leaf through the stem, so that covered up my stem. That's why I put stem on the other side. And again, those 2 could go in either place. This place, energy from the sun, UV light, is absorbed through chlorophyll. I put this arrow right here on the top of my leaf. I thought that since the leaves are working hard to face the sun, I figured that's kind of where they go. But it says absorbed through chlorophyll. So you could go all the way down to this layer because here are the chloroplasts, and chlorophyll is the dye that makes it green. In fact, I used to have an arrow that said chlorophyll, but it looks like I lost it. So I can watch. I'm just going to write it right here. And here's a fun thing. This part of the word, CHLRO, chloro, means green. So chlorophyll is a green dye. Chloroplasts are structures that do photosynthesis and have chlorophyll, and the gas chlorine is a green gas. Okay, also on this page, now that I'm on this page, we see here that glucose is created in the chloroplast, so I pointed that to the chloroplast. You could have done it to this chloroplast too. Inside the chloroplast are these little, they look like little pancakes or stacks of coins. Each of those is called a thylakoid. When we are looking at the process of photosynthesis, we have glucose being created in the chloroplast. It's actually done in 2 phases. So phase 1, depend on light. Look, LD, light dependent. And here, phase 2, light independent. These are not dependent on light. The light dependent ones actually happen in these little thylakoid pancakes. And then the independent ones can occur outside of the pancakes. Okay, other things. I guess I haven't talked about this one. I lost my arrow that said mitochondrion, so I made a new one, and it's pointing to the mitochondrion. This is, of course, where cellular respiration happens, our big focus for our next assignment, which is the opposite of photosynthesis. I labeled this as my plant cell, I labeled the nucleus, and I labeled the cell wall. I did a little bit of color coding here. All right, so did I talk about all these things? Let me see. So water comes in, then we have sunlight. Together, those start the process of photosynthesis happening where I'm creating glucose. This photosynthesis has 2 phases, one that depends on light, one that does not. And to make that all happen, we also need carbon dioxide to come in, And once we make glucose, then oxygen is released as a waste product.